It's a pleasure to have you here. Rumors can travel faster than facts. In today's digital world, one viral post can convince thousands before the truth even has a chance to respond. That is exactly what happened after reports began circulating online, claiming that Mamap, a member of the NDC, had been arrested by the Department of State Services, the DSS. The story spread rapidly across social media, triggering concern among supporters and political observers alike. But then came a direct response from Mamap herself. She appeared online to dismiss the reports, insisting that she had not been arrested.
Agency, when not know their left from their right. No, when they say they carry so worry, I just laugh. Because I know it's a case of turn by turn. You know you are an activist in Nigeria. Who even dash us activists? If you know you are a voice, you the talk for Nigerians, you better go pack your bag. Oh, I'm sorry. You know you are a voice in Nigeria. You are a dissenting voice. You know they agree with government. You they talk the one way they paint them for body. Pack it ready. My own now is already. Because the other time when they carry my friend, they checked our chat, they took my number and they took my name. So I'm aware that these mofos do not have any other job than to look for people who criticizes the government.
Yet, instead of stopping there, she turned the spotlight onto a much bigger issue. Why should anyone even believe that speaking about Nigerians' problems is enough to justify an arrest? Speaking in a video shared online, Mamap questioned the very basis of the rumors. According to her, what exactly would the DSS arrest her for? Was it because she said there is hunger in Nigeria? Was it because she spoke about bring back our girls? Was it because she criticized President Bola Tinubu, describing him as a failure before asking viewers, is he not? Those are the questions she placed before the public. But perhaps her most striking remarks came afterward. Why should we be scared to talk in our own country? That single question transforms this story from a rumor about an alleged arrest into a wider conversation about democracy, political criticism, and freedom of expression. This is where the discussion becomes far more important than the rumor itself. The first fact is straightforward. Mamap says she has not been arrested. At the time of her statement, there had been no official confirmation from the DSS supporting the viral claims. That alone should remind Nigerians of an uncomfortable reality. How many people shared the rumor before checking whether it was actually true? In an age dominated by social media, misinformation often spreads at incredible speed, leaving fast struggling to catch up. False reports do not simply create confusion, they also shape public perception, fuel political tension, and undermine trust. But Mamap's response did something else. It raised uncomfortable questions that every democracy eventually has to confront. Should citizens fear criticizing their governments? Should raising concerns about hunger, insecurity, or economic hardship make someone a target of public suspicion? Democracies are not measured by how loudly governments speak. They are measured by how freely citizens are allowed to respond. The right to question leadership is not an attack on democracy. It is one of democracy's defining characteristics. Her reference to hunger is particularly significant. Nigeria continues to face serious economic challenges. Rising food prices, inflation, unemployment, and declining purchasing power have become part of everyday conversation across the country. These are not imaginary concerns. They affect millions of households daily. If ordinary Nigerians cannot openly discuss those realities, then who can? Governments exist to solve problems, but citizens must remain free to identify those problems without feeling intimidated or silenced. Mamap also referred to the Bring Back Our Girls campaign, one of Nigeria's most recognized civil society movements. That campaign emerged after the adoption of schoolgirls from Chibok in 2014 and became an international symbol of public advocacy. By mentioning it, She appeared to draw attention to the long tradition of Nigerians speaking out whenever they believe government action is needed. Public advocacy has always been part of democratic participation. The question now is whether many Nigerians still feel equally confident speaking openly today. Then came her criticism of President Tinubu. She described him as a failure before asking viewers whether they disagreed. That statement reflects her political opinion. Others will strongly reject it. Some will defend the president's policies and argue that his administration deserves more time. That is exactly how democracy works. Political opinions compete in the marketplace of ideas. Governments defend their record. Opposition figures challenge that record. Citizens evaluate both and eventually cast their votes. The danger begins only when criticism itself becomes something people fear. There is another lesson hidden within this story. Rumors of arrests involving politicians, activists, and government critics have become increasingly common across social media. Sometimes the reports prove accurate, sometimes they are completely false. In either case, the speed with which such rumors gain traction tells something important about the public mood. Why are so many people willing to believe this story almost immediately? Is it because misinformation has become easier to spread? Or does it reflect deeper public anxieties about politics, governance, and civil liberties? The timing also matters. Nigeria is steadily moving towards the 2027 general elections, and political tensions are already rising. Opposition parties are becoming more vocal. Government policies are attracting greater scrutiny. Public debate is becoming sharper. In such an atmosphere, rumors can quickly become political weapons, capable of influencing public opinion before facts emerge. That makes responsible journalism more important than ever. Facts must come before speculation. Verification must come before conclusions. At the same time, it is equally important to distinguish between political opinion and verified facts. Mamap's denial of her alleged arrest is her public statement. Her comments about President Tinubu, hunger, and governance represent her political views. Those opinions will naturally attract both agreements and disagreements. That is entirely normal within any democratic society. What should concern everyone, regardless of political affiliation, is whether citizens continue feeling free to express those views peacefully and lawfully. Perhaps the most powerful question Mamap asked was also the simplest. Why should we be scared to talk in our own country? It is a question that goes beyond political parties. It applies equally to supporters of governments, members of the opposition, journalists, activists, and ordinary citizens. Democracies flourish when ideas compete freely, when criticism is answered with debate rather than fear, and when truth is allowed to confront power without intimidation. The fact remains clear. Mamap says she was not arrested by the DSS. She has publicly dismissed the rumors. She has defended her right to criticize government policies and question why Nigerians should ever fear speaking openly about the challenges facing their country. The rumor may eventually disappear. The larger debate almost certainly will not. So what do you think? Is Nigeria still a place where citizens can freely criticize their leaders without fear? Or are more people beginning to censor themselves before speaking out? Share your views in the comments below. If you value fearless, fact-based journalism that asks the difficult questions others avoid, please like, share, and subscribe. The conversation starts with facts, but democracy survives through open debates. I'm Chidera Isu. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next report.